2017 World Wrestling Championships ended last weekend in Paris, France, with Japan emerging overall winners with 6 gold medals. Of course, they had 9 medals in total. They were followed by the United States, who won 3 gold medals, even though they also had 9 medals in total, but 3 gold, 3 silver, and 3 bronze medals. Nigeria came a joint 17th position with 1 silver. The silver was won by Odunayo Adekuoroye in the women's 55-kilogram category. The Nigerian contingent was made up of 6 fighters, 4 women and 2 men. Nigeria also beat Tunisia, which is the, well, more good news there, to secure the hosting right for the 2018 Africa Senior Wrestling Championships. But with a medal for 6 fighters, is that the best Nigeria could get? That's a big question, and joining us to answer this question is the president of the Nigeria Wrestling Federation, Daniel Ighali, and the silver medal winner, Odunayo Adekuoroye. Glad to have you join us. Yeah.
I'm so very happy to be here.
Right. Looking at it, let's, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied? 1 medal, 1 silver medal for 6 fighters. Would you say you're satisfied with that?
Extremely satisfied. This is the first time in the history of our sport in Nigeria that we have gone to a tournament, the World Championships. Mind you, this is the World Championships. Remember, athletics just came back from the World Championships about 2 weeks ago. In the past 5 years, we've not had any able-bodied Nigerian athlete that has won a silver medal at the World Championships. Adekuoroye has been the only athlete in the past 4 years that has won a bronze medal at the World Championships and a silver medal this year. And I am extremely, extremely happy with their performances. It was not only her, Blessing Oborodu even wrestled for bronze. It was just unfortunate not to win the bronze.
I was going to come to that because I understand that we could have won more.
Yes.
But then at some point you had to protest.
Yes.
You had to put up a protest in a fight. Could you just explain to us what happened, why you protested at that instance?
You know, in wrestling, because of time-wasting antics by wrestlers, they have a rule that your shoelaces cannot come undone in the middle of a match. So you have to even put a wrap around your shoelaces so it never comes off. If your shoelaces come off, it's a point against you. Blessing was winning 7-6 with 3 seconds to the end of the match, the bronze medal match, and she had a single leg on the girl, and in her bid to try to take off her leg, her shoe came off, not even the laces. So Blessing had the shoes in her hand, and the girl took her leg off and went behind her for 2 points. The match should have been stopped, a point given against her, so we should have been leading with 2 points, and we should have conveniently won the bronze medal, but they instead gave 2 points to the girl from Colombia, and we lost the bronze. That's why I put up a protest. And
could that be reversed at any point to give Nigeria a bronze medal?
Well, the rule they have is that if you have declared an opponent, they can sanction the referees, they can do everything else, but they may not be able to reverse the decision or give the medal back to us. But what I have told them is that this is akin to benefiting from something illegal. As far as I'm concerned, it's like someone who benefited from banned drugs. And normally, if you benefit from banned drugs and you're found out, the medal is returned to the rightful person, and that is what I am trying to protest. That's my point.
So we'll stay with our silver medal for now.
For now.
But then the team had a very challenging trip to France. You had to go in batches. There were issues with your traveling arrangement. Yeah. Does that have anything to do with the way we always prepare for tournaments in this country?
And that is the sad part, you know, that we go to competitions almost at the end of the tournament, almost 1 or 2 days to the tournament before we can buy tickets. This state of uncertainty that the athletes don't even know if they can travel or not is a problem. But I must tell you, the governor of Bayelsa State was very supportive. He came through with funds for us the Friday before we were supposed to travel. Otherwise, maybe 4 of the athletes would not have been able to go to this tournament. So I really want to use this opportunity to thank the governor. But I think the haphazard way we left, yes, definitely affected the athletes because there was not enough rest for the athletes there in Paris.
What support was the ministry or the federal government was supposed to give What were they supposed to do in all of this? And since you came, if they didn't give you the support you needed before you left, since you came, what has been the reception like?
Well, that is a matter for another day. We really didn't see anybody at the airport, apart from journalists who are always reliable. Maybe they didn't get information. Maybe that's the reason. But I mean, a silver medal at the World Championships. Remember last year we went to the Olympics and came back without a medal. The World Championships and the Olympics are at par.
Right, but let me ask, if there was nobody at the airport, we have a situation where yesterday, Afro-Basket winners, the basketball players, were received by the minister, and I understand today they'll be received at the presidency. How does that make you feel? Well, I wouldn't want you to answer that. I want Odunayo. Well, first, congratulations for winning a silver medal.
Thank you.
But I would have thought you could have won more. How does this feel, really?
I settled for silver, but I was not disappointed, although I'm very happy for the silver medal too. I believe there is always a next time, and next World Championship I'll put more effort to win the gold.
But you are not being received by the Nigerian government, the ministry is receiving the basketballers, 12 players winning 1 medal. How does that make you feel?
I'm disappointed, and I believe maybe the minister will still find time to receive me. But for now, I'm really disappointed. We went to African Championship in May, and we won 8 gold medals, and no one showed up to receive us. And Afro Basket is just like African Championship. Is African Championship too. They won just 1 gold, and they are being received. So I believe maybe the minister will still receive us very soon.
Let's hope,
hope so.
And let's wait and hope that they will. But Mr. President, I'm a bit, if this is the way we plan and this is the way we do it, how come we won the rights to host the African Championships if we don't get our acts right? If Nigeria does not get her acts right, how will she then host the African Senior Championship? How did you win that right?
You know, they came here, they went to Port Harcourt to inspect the facilities. By the way, Port Harcourt is the host city, and the governor gave them all the assurances because he is the host. They also know that there's a lot of capability in the Nigeria Wrestling Federation. They know that we can host the competition. What we have is a matter of processes. We don't have processes in place at the ministry level. And that is why we have these issues of funding and lack of funding. I don't even know if it's about whether we don't have enough funds. I think it's about how funds are portioned to the federations, and that's why we're having issues of not having enough funds when we go. But I can assure you, from the assurances I have from the Rivers State government, that we will put up a very good competition in February next year.
What's the major challenge? I mean, you competed, as a Nigerian, you competed for Canada, and you won gold medal for Canada in wrestling.
Yes.
I'm in a fix a bit. You could have stayed in Canada and enjoyed the benefits of it. Why did you decide to come back and do all the things you are doing, knowing fully well that you couldn't get the sort of support at the local level, and you had to go and get it in Canada and won the gold in Canada? And so why are you going through all of this? Why are you going through the stress of what you are going through here?
It's because of my love of the sport. It's because I think these athletes deserve someone who will support them. I just wish when I was competing, I had somebody like me then supporting us. There is talent in the Nigerian team. Adekuoroye is a potential gold medalist at the Olympics. But do we have the wherewithal to get her there? Mind you, Canada was at the Olympics since 1902. They never won a gold medal until me in 2000 because of the talent. The talent quotient sometimes lacks in some countries, but we have enough of it in Nigeria. Now the problem we have is how to nurture the talent, how to properly get them from point A to point B to C, and that is what we have to get right. And that is what I am there to do, but the funding is not there.
2018, the Commonwealth Games is coming. Then the Senior Championship is also coming. What's the preparation? You said you have started preparation. Well, I see you're still traveling up and down everywhere. So how are you preparing for both the Commonwealth Games and the Senior Championships?
We're going to get our athletes together to train very soon. We normally give them about 10 days, 2 weeks to rest after major tournaments like this, and then we get back to camp. We go to Bielsa because that's where I am, and I can offer a lot of support. Not just financial support, but I can also be there hands-on to coach and assist the coaches. We have the African Championships, obviously in February, so that's also a good tournament to prepare for the Commonwealth Games. But we have the Commonwealth Championships in Johannesburg in December. And then we have the Governor Wike Wrestling Challenge in November. So these are two major tournaments we will use to prepare the athletes for the African Championships in February. And the African Championships will be a springboard for us for April. So I think we will be good. But when you hear these kind of things, these are the ones that will win gold medals at the Commonwealth. And they're not received.
Yeah,
do you think most of these sports will win gold medals at the Commonwealth Games?
I was going to ask you, what was the reception like for you in Canada when you won?
The airport was jammed. I had over 5,000 people come out to the airport. It was our first gold medal. Do you know one of the things you look forward to when you win a gold medal is the call from the president of the country? It's even bigger than the gold medal itself. You wait for that call, and it doesn't take more than 5 hours after you win. The president calls you, whether it is midnight. In our case, the prime minister called, congratulated you on behalf of the country.
Have you received any call from the minister, from anybody in the ministry, or from the presidency? Have you, Odunayo?
Maybe I've not received anything. But I received a call from my father in the Lord.
And who is that?
Daniel Lukoya.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and the Bielsa State Governor was always in touch with us while we were in Paris.
Well, I wish we had a lot more time to talk about this, but I want to thank you so much for coming on TVC Breakfast this morning. Odunayo, congratulations once more.
Thank you.
We hope that the government will do more for wrestling and help us win more medals.
Yeah.
Well, that's all time will permit me on TVC Breakfast this morning. Mike and Azizat will take it up from here.
Thank you, Solomon.
Thank you so much. And of course, how Odunayo has been treated brings to mind again how champions representing the country abroad are treated, especially women. I read a report just yesterday that it's about 8 months now since the Super Falcons, African champions at the moment, played any competitive match.
Well, in fact, in this case, I wouldn't even see with the issue of gender, but I think it's even
it's
the
about
Nigerian
the champions,
thing,
the winners, those that have
exactly.
won, and the facts are there, really. Those that are favored over others are there.
All right, we'll get into the next discussion shortly now.